Hello there, YouTubers. Daniel here for the Smoky Mountain Gun Show, and on this video, as you can tell by the title, we are doing a closing on the Let's Talk About Rossi series, I guess. Okay, where we left off was my buddy Jay. He sent his ranch hand back into Rossi / Taurus for the final inspection to see if it had any problem mechanically in their eyes for a replacement, and it still was unclear whether, I mean, he didn't feel confident. It was still up in the air whether he would, get a replacement ranch hand or get the weapon that he actually wanted, which was a stainless steel Rio Grande 3030. So he sent it back in July 23rd.
Yes.
July 23rd. He sent it back in July the 23rd is when he sent it back in. And he waited until they showed that it was received on, I guess you followed it like through the website or whatever, right?
No, I called them.
Okay, called. Called to see when it was received, and they received it on July the 26th.
Yes.
July the 26th. Okay. They received it on July 26th.
Which was a Thursday.
Which was a Thursday. So he waited until the following Monday to give him a call. And originally in the other video, the highest up he could go on the chain apparently was this one guy. I'm not going to mention his name, but it was just this one guy. He said he didn't have anybody else to talk to, blah, blah, blah. So when you called back on the Monday, you spoke, well, this guy wasn't above him, right? This guy that you spoke to was below him, right?
Right.
But you really should have talked to him because he's the one you were talking to, and basically said, send it in. If we see anything wrong, we'll make that Rio Grande happen.
Right.
And you said, well, can you get that in writing? He basically said no, he couldn't do that because he didn't trust you enough to actually, he's saying that you would break the gun or something,
right,
or whatever. Okay, so you call back and you talk to this other fella, and the other fella, well, now what did he say? He said takes how many?
He said it would take 6 to 8 weeks. That's the process that they work on.
The process, 6 to 8 weeks, and that's for anything, right?
Right.
Like anything.
Right.
Okay, 6 to 8 week process, and you replied with.
I told him that I'd spoke with Christian, and he was supposed to personally take care of this matter.
Right. Okay.
And he told me that was an agreement that I had with Christian, and then he couldn't speak on it.
Right. Okay.
So he said that since it was sent back 3 times, he would put a senior advisor quote on it, which should have been Christian in the first place.
Right, because he was as high up
Right.
as, well, apparently, or whatever.
Right.
Okay. So you said
I told him that I would call back the following Monday, 1 week from
1 week from then. Okay. And you were you were wanting, when you called back, you were wanting to get a hold of Christian again, right? Or you was wanting to talk to him, right?
Right.
Well,
yes.
Did you ask to talk to him like
Yes.
that? And he had
Prior engagements.
Prior engagements. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So he waited. Following Monday, called back and spoke to the same person, right? Or spoke to somebody else.
Somebody else.
Okay, somebody else. Did you request Christian again?
Yes.
And wasn't available?
No.
Okay, wasn't available. Told you basically the same jargon. I mean,
Right.
just said we work on a 6 to 8 week process. Blah blah blah. So at that point, you basically had smoke coming out of your ears from this whole fiasco, and you had it in your mind to email the CEO, right?
Yes.
Well, I guess, but you did some research on the guy first,
Right.
or before you emailed him, or after? I guess before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was at this point that hadn't come into thought yet.
Okay. Well, okay. What happened before then? Now, what did you do?
Well,
did you make a follow-up call after the second time?
The second Monday I called him, and he told me the same thing.
Same stuff, yeah.
And then the following Thursday, I received an email from the Better Business Bureau about the case file because Rossi had responded to the initial complaint. And it was from a woman named Kim. Well, I'm not going to say her name.
Right.
But it claimed that she was the.
Oh yeah, you filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau.
Right.
After that second call, right? Or kind of in between there.
Well, that was in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
In the beginning when we talked about it in the first video.
Okay, right. You filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau.
Right.
Okay, and then you got a response from them.
Yes.
After that second call, right?
Right.
Okay.
That following
and
Thursday.
They said, what did they say?
They told me that a replacement for the firearm is not an unreasonable request, and I find it intriguing that they use that exact wording because
it's the exact opposite.
That's what they told me before, that it wasn't an unreasonable request. But regardless, they said that it was not an unreasonable request. However, to determine the need for a replacement, I need to send them the firearm so they can evaluate the situation.
And that's funny because you had already sent them the firearm like 2 weeks earlier.
Right.
They were unaware they even had it. Right. Okay.
So I responded to the Better Business Bureau on this situation, stating that it was unsettling due to the fact that while their response on the behalf of Rossi was prepared on August the 8th, that the firearm had been in their possession since July 26th.
Right.
So they
didn't even know they had it.
They had it for 2 weeks and didn't know.
Didn't know. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So
at that
point, that's when you decided to go a step higher.
Right.
And you did some research to find out who the CEO was, right? Read some interviews and stuff like that. Just really kind of got a feel for the guy, I guess, right? Okay.
Yes.
Then you sent him a lengthy email stating what? Now, what's his name? We can say his name, I guess.
His name is Mark Kresser. He is the president and CEO of Taurus,
because that's public information.
Right.
Okay. He's a Mark Kresser, right?
Yes.
CEO of Taurus. Now, Chief Executive Officer. He is the man as far as the highest you can go. You sent Mark Kresser an email stating, now what, if you can remember it verbatim, but you stated what?
Well, I just basically told him, first of all, I apologize for having to bother him with this, because it shouldn't be his responsibility.
You think a CEO, he has bigger stuff to worry about, but what choice did you have?
I told him that, this issue had been going on for the past 8 months, and I felt like at this point it should be brought to his attention, and I just explained the entire issue to him.
Yeah.
I didn't write him a hate email or anything like that.
You just explained what was going on.
Right.
Okay. And you filed you told him that you filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. He and then after that, actually you heard back from him, but it was kind of murky. Didn't know what was going on. Then all of a sudden our FFL gives you a call, and instead of sending you the ranch hand back or the gun that you requested, they sent this. I don't know why they sent this, because
that's the condition that
it was in this condition. This is not even a Taurus or a Rossi. It's an RG, and it's completely gutted. And what is this? I don't understand. If they got, I don't know. That just goes to show you. This is just horrible. I don't understand why you would have gotten that. I guess this is what they consider the ranch hand to be worth. I don't know, but it's uncalled for. But no, seriously though, if you guys believe that, then that's ridiculous. But anyway, okay. So you received a reply within 30 minutes, not an email, but a phone call, from Mark Kresser. Okay. And 30 minutes after you sent the email, Mark Kresser. Mark Kresser gave you a call.
Yes. He called me.
Called you.
On my cell phone.
Okay. And stated that. Well, first off, you go ahead.
First off, he apologized for the situation. He said that was ridiculous, that it's gone on this long. And he thanked me for my patience, stating that I'd given them multiple chances to correct the problem, and they still failed at doing that. So he said the first thing I want to find out is where the gun is, who has it. I told him that it was in their possession and has been since July 26th. He said, okay. He said, I'll let you know right now. He said, this number that I'm calling you from, he said, if you have any more issues, he said, that doesn't go to my secretary, that goes to my personal desk. He said, from now on, if you have any problems, you call me directly, and I'll take care of it. He said that once he gets off the phone, he's going down to customer service and finding out where my firearm is and why they don't know that they have it.
Right.
And that he's going to cancel, any work order, and basically where it's at, he's going to put a stop to it. And he asked me if, that I'd stated in the email that I requested a Rio Grande 3030 stainless steel as a replacement. He asked me if I still wanted that. And I told him, I said, yeah, that'll be fine. I said, like I stated before, I just want a gun that operates, that works. He said, okay. He said, I'm going to cancel whatever order is on that ranch hand. He said, and then I will send you a 3030 stainless steel, and you'll have it within a few days. That was on Monday. I got a call again on Tuesday from Mark Kresser. He told me that he just spoke with the inspector, and they checked out the replacement, the Rio Grande, and that it was leaving on the truck, and I should have it within a few days.
A few days, yeah.
Then I received a call this past Thursday from our FFL, and they said that the gun arrived, and it was there. So I went, and did my background check because it was a new firearm, and
picked it up. And this right here is what he got. Now, this right here, gentlemen and ladies, is a Rossi Rio Grande stainless steel chambered in 3030 Winchester, and it is a firearm that works. It is an excellent firearm, really, and I think that was very admirable and very cool of Mark Kresser to take the time out to handle this situation personally. I mean, you got to think a CEO. That's as high as you can go. Besides, owning the place, right? The CEO is basically the head honcho as far as the business. I would assume. The only person above him is owner. Usually owners just sit back and cash checks. But he took the time out to personally resolve this matter, and done it just like you wanted. Basically, just like you want. It sucks that you had to go through that so long. In all, how long? Before you actually received this firearm and resolved it, it was 8, 9 months, something?
8 months.
8 months. And if he hadn't have contacted Mark Kresser, okay, I believe that you would still be sitting here giving Taurus and Rossi a call, and it would just continue to go on. They probably would have shipped you that ranch hand back, same way it was, saying, we can't find anything wrong with this thing. And you'd be in the same boat. And that would have been horrible. That'd have just been horrible. Honestly, guys. Honestly, you don't have to trust me. You don't have to take it from me. But, I know videos aren't really a telltale of what's going on. But the ranch hand really had issues with the action, and that action was a 92 was a Rossi 92 lever action, and it's just inferior to the Rio Grande action. This action is smooth. It actually, in my honest opinion, it feels just like a Marlin 336 and a Winchester 94. It's very similar. Smooth action, chambers rounds. There's not a thing wrong with it. You've previously shot it, and it works just fine. Chambers rounds fine. It's accurate. The sight system on this thing's pretty kick-ass. I really like the sight system on this weapon. And I just, like I said, I think that for him to take time out of his day to actually handle that really speaks volumes to his character. And actually, while this went on, I mean, I was like, you know, I'm not buying Rossi. I'm not buying Taurus. And actually, Mark Kresser, he hasn't been CEO for that long. He actually took over CEO last July, correct? Yeah, last July. So he's only been there a year, and he actually made it a point to an issue. You know, he was coming in to kind of, you know, address the customer service issue, and that's what it was, man. It was just poor customer service. I mean, that's what it really boils down to. This could have been resolved in half the amount of time, if not, you know, a quarter of the amount of time.
Right.
But it's just poor customer service, and it sucks you had to actually email the CEO. But what do you do when you hit brick walls? I mean, and you're not getting anything resolved. You just keep climbing that ladder, and you went to the top, and within 30 minutes got a phone call. I mean, not a vague email from a secretary of Mark Kresser. He actually called you, and I think that's awesome.
And when I spoke with him on the phone, you know, I told him that I greatly appreciate him giving this his personal, you know, attention.
Yeah.
And again, I think it speaks volumes that, you know, he was able to do in 4 days what his employees that he pays to take care of this couldn't do in 8 months.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
And
they had the power to make that call.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't like Mark Kresser had the final word in this. I mean, the other people could as easily done it as he could, and there would have been no reprimand. I mean, I believe there wouldn't have been. I mean, even if it was an issue and it got brought up, I mean, I'm sure if he heard about what they did, there would have been no issue, because I mean, that seems to me the character of this man. I mean, that's what he wants to do is just take care of his customers, and that's what he done. And like I said, I always, I mean, while this was going on, I said I'm not buying Taurus, I'm not buying Rossi, but his act there, it really restored my confidence in the Taurus brand and in the Braztech brand. I mean, the whole Rossi, Taurus, everything. So, I mean, it's resolved, and you will be seeing some range videos of this thing here pretty soon. Really don't know when. We're just going to go out and shoot it and film it, and we'll put it up. I probably will be doing a Smoky Mountain Gun Show review on this weapon, because I don't really know too many people or many of you guys out there that have one. So it's one of them guns that, you know, if you're looking into getting, you know, you can watch my video and really find out about it. I mean, it's a slick firearm all the way through. The wood is very pretty, nice quality wood, and the steel in it is excellent steel. This stainless steel is a pretty stainless steel, and I mean, everything on it seems to be tied. The fit and the finish and everything's really nice on it. So you'll be seeing that this gun on some range videos and just other things popping up here and there. But just want to let you guys know that the Let's Talk About Rossi series here is closed, and this is where we're at, or where he's at. But in closing here, do you want to add anything about anything that went on, or?
I mean, no, it's
pretty much it. I mean, you know, you got it resolved. So, so guys, I guess it's okay to buy Taurus now. I guess, but if you can deal with Mark Kresser, or any of them other people that I mean, you'll probably hit some brick walls, don't get me wrong, but the CEO, I mean, seems like a pretty reputable guy, so no fear there. So it's been Daniel for the Smoky Mountain Gun Show. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so. Carry on the Second Amendment rights bestowed upon us all, and as always, you guys have a very nice day.